So, first of all, good afternoon to all of y'all out there streaming, listening, watching, praying you're having a decent lunch break. um, it's just, just got. It's not a Bible study. It's not anything crazy. Just a PSA. It got dropped in my spirit because I got a phone call just a little while ago here at the office, and you have your fair share of usuals wanting to call in. They ask for whatever the case may be. However, then you have the scammers, which is the reason why I decided to drop this video real quick. And just trying to just see what's going on. And the reason I'm dropping this right quick is just a PSA, really. To be honest, it's not really anything for anything. It's not really a likes hunt or even just anything in general for attention. It's more so for education. And the reason why I decided to do this, like I said, again, got a phone call here at the office, and it was someone not threatening, but in other words, using a supposed one of those robo voice calls where it's an automated robotic message trying to tell me that they're putting a federal lien on my taxes because of some money I owe and some suspicious activity. And I noticed that it's becoming a little more frequent now with a lot of this country, coming out of the recent pandemic with the whole COVID thing, and now everything, everyone going back to school, and of course the obvious, companies, becoming more public again, opening up, and it's just again, it was just a PSA to let you guys know, be careful out there with the information you give either over the phone or even online. I tend to think and believe I'm a pretty secure kind of guy when it comes to password and email information. However, be very, very, very vigilant in the information you put online. Even something as simple as those Facebook posts primarily. And of course, I'm not. I need to be very clear. I am not attacking nor insinuating nor accusing Facebook as the guilty party. It is the people or members, or should I say, I don't know, what do you call them? Facebook users, and people who create the accounts there that are, I guess you could say, the guilty ones. Hackers, scammers, phishers, they're all becoming more and more frequent with adopting different information to try to get what they can. The reason why I say that is, my wife keyed me up to something a while back when someone put a Facebook post, beware of the, pretty much the same thing I'm telling you, beware of the fishers, and beware of what information you put online, this, that, and the fifth. And her response, adamantly, and I'm glad she's aware as well, was, they can't guess my password if they tried. However, it's not about guessing the password. So here's where the update comes in. It's not about guessing your password. It's about people looking for any and every hint they can of information. Like, if when you sign up for different accounts, whether it is a social media account or a shopping account or any account you create, or even logging into your children's school account, those secret questions they ask, or as they claim, secret questions. Yes, I did air quote. The whole, well, what was your first car when you got your license, or what was your childhood nickname, or what's the color of your first pet, or how many tires are on your vehicle at this moment that aren't bald. You'll be surprised the questions that some companies will have as prerequisite secret questions or preliminary questions to answer. And the reason why I say beware of that is because the scammers, as I mentioned earlier, are getting more and more intelligent in the usage of not trying to access or hack you directly. What they're trying to do now, or should I say what they've been trying to do for quite some time now, is they want to get your secret question answers. They want to get those answers because they want to try to access the account and then go ahead and once they're in and or able to get in, then change the necessary information so they can then retrieve whatever they can. So, and I'm sure for some of you, this is old news. For some of you, this is ancient news. For some of you, it may be brand new news. And that's the reason why I just, it was dropped in my spirit just to touch base, and bring some that may not know up to speed on this situation where it's not so much the information they're trying to get about your passwords. It's the information they're trying to get to access your accounts, whether it be email account, whether it be access to the social media account, whether it's access to any account that they can try to get a hold of. So, again, it's one of those beware of what someone may be trying to ask. And I don't just mean someone directly, because it does happen. A recent family member of mine, their son, of course, by whatever reason it was, their Facebook account was taken over. And that's usually because, unfortunately, a lot of, like I said, the scammers, the phishers, or just people curious. They're not actually hackers. They're just trying to get into something, or just trying to do something because they can, and they want to get that information. They really do. They're gonna want to get, like I said, the secret questions. What's your mother? The most famous ones. What's your mother's maiden name? What city were you born in? What's your favorite food? Be very wary of where on social media, which you shouldn't, but where you answer certain questions like that, or what information you put out there. Because believe it or not, it doesn't take, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, it doesn't take a genius to figure it out sometimes. It really doesn't. It's one of those things where you'd be so surprised at how easy some of the information we allow is out there, and not realize how quickly we are to share it, unbeknownst to ourselves, that we just pretty much gave access to that one small brick to lay a different foundation for them to access your stuff. Again, this is not, I am by no means an expert. I am by no means, like I said, accusing and or blaming the social media outlets, or even the email outlets that we use. It's more so the people or users of those outlets that will try anything and everything they can. I myself get an average of anywhere from 5 to 15, 20 emails a day from each individual account. I have several accounts. Hey, you just won this, click on this link. Those are the ones you want to be careful of too, because those infamous ones will just get you just as bad. And the latest ones, again, are coming out again, because holiday season is coming around. It's coming around. So, be wary of those, hey, someone purchased this on your Amazon account, call this number. Or, hey, someone purchased this on your eBay account. You got to watch out with those too. Those are just as dangerous, because what they'll do is they'll literally have you call a number, and the person on the phone, unfortunately, whether they may be overseas or even in the States, because it does happen, will do what they can to befriend you over the phone, attempt to make you feel as comfortable as possible, and they will go ahead and then want you to click on a link, which is one of two things. The link will either have what we call a Trojan horse, or a back-end program running, which will either install a keylogger, or the other one is they'll have you click on a link to install a remote software, and they can easily go in, have you walk through the process, you log into it. They don't see any information. They won't, here's the slick way they'll do it. They won't see any of your information. They won't see your username. They'll see your username, but they won't see your password. They won't even have access to your actual account. All they see is what you're doing. However, on the back end, for those of us that do know, and feel free to chime in, they'll use the developer tools on our own browser, meaning while they're remoting into your computer, they're using a developer tool to make it look like something was done on your account. It's easy to change a character right then and there, although once you refresh that screen, it'll change. However, they'll change that character right then and there to make it look like they've done something, make you believe they've done it, and they'll do one of two things. They'll have you send the money to them or send you the information so they can access it and then pull your account info, or the most recent one, about a year or so ago, they'll go ahead and tell you, hey, we put too much back into your account, and of course here comes the infamous, most lovely one. We need you to go purchase a couple gift cards, and when you have those gift cards, give us the information. And what they'll do is they technically didn't rob you. So here's where they fall both out of it and in it, so to speak, where they got the gift card information because you purchased it yourself. They didn't steal your money. They didn't go into your account. You gave them the gift card information. They go ahead online, swap out those gift cards for Bitcoin, or even swap it out and transfer it to a different account. So again, it was just like I said. I know I probably rambled on, so my apologies for those who felt I was going on for too long. It's just a PSA. Just be careful, be mindful of what you're doing online. Be mindful of the information you're putting out there. Be mindful of what you post and what you share, what you tag. Also, that's another thing. All it takes is that one scammer to see a picture that you tagged that you're out of town, and find some elderly people if you live home, and they'll scam them person to person. You just gotta watch out, people. Be more mindful. And just be wary of what you post online, what you share, what you answer, what you respond. And even though you may have the most secure password in life, which I'm glad my wife feels we do, however, again, that doesn't stop them from asking the questions to try to get those secret question answers to go ahead and have access to your email and or social media. So also be wary of the questions you're answering too. Be wary of the information you're putting and what information you're putting out there. All right. Again, it was just a PSA. I pray you're all having a very safe, blessed, and COVID-free day. And I'll see you again sometime soon. You all have a blessed